Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 on Ballysprings. Right, this will most likely, I'm not going to guarantee it, but kind of just to give you a head up, this might be the last episode of the week. Normally, obviously, we have 5 with it in the Ballysprings series. I want to try, if I can get the Attingham Park fully finished and set up how I like, and all the equipment and that moved over and things like that today, if I get a chance. I'm hoping to maybe bring the Ballysprings in the next episode. Attingham Park, shall I say? Sorry, there's me. Right, guys, made a couple of changes since the last episode. If you care to notice, I've got a new front mower. It's now a mix and match set. This mower is about half a metre wider. Now, I don't know if it's going to make any difference at all to the cornering issue that we were having, but there's only one way to find out, and this was to do it. Also, I did put a couple of silage bales in the dairy cows yesterday off recording. I wanted to use the new skid steer. I brought it back to the farm. I just wanted to see how it was, and it turns out, guys, it is absolutely rubbish. It is absolutely dreadful. It does not lift one silage bale without almost wanting to tip over. So that is of no use to us whatsoever. Right, guys, we are still having a slight issue with the mowers. It would appear, I knew that was going to happen. That was because it was too sharp of a bend. Yeah, it would appear that there's only just enough horsepower on these hills. So I'm maybe not going to get the beef stock done, you know, the field in the beef stock. I might have to just do the sheep one, the extra hay. We need to make some hay, you see. We do have quite a lot of hay over in stock, but the problem is if I give a load to the beef stock, that kind of runs me out of pretty much out, basically. So we do need to get some in return for the beef stock. So we've also got some for the sheep. Now the sheep are a little bit different because we can feed the sheep just grass. We could feed the beef stock just grass as well, but that really does put. Then again, saying that, actually, I might just feed them beef. I might just feed the beef stock grass, grass-fed cows rather than hay. Although hay is as good as grass. I'm trying to decide which way to do it, to be honest, guys. They wouldn't be worth as much, but then we'd get to keep them longer. I want to try and keep the beef cows from now on for about a year. It turns out we were keeping them for about 4 to 5 months, and I would like to try and keep them for a year. If we keep them for a year, you know, because their food doesn't give them as good a price, it would. Wow, this is extra slow. I know this is just about on the limit, like, so. People are going to be saying to me now, Reaper, yeah. Oh, Matt. See, guys, I still go by my old name. This is the problem when you've been like Reaper on all your games for like so long, and then you just change your YouTube channel to just a farming one. I go by the wrong name over and over again. But I still play other games under the old name, you see. That's the thing. But as you can see, yeah, it's a little bit on the slow side at the moment for the mowing. Right, we will go back and get that bit. Yeah, I think that mower's slightly better. I think the only issue I've got is this front mower, I think, requires like an extra 10 brake horsepower. I didn't realise 10 brake horsepower was going to be such a problem. You know what I mean? It's a little bit on the silly side. Yeah, I just want to get this done. Although I could do with it, I should have really time lapsed it, to be honest. I kind of just like having a little chat kind of thing. I don't really like just coming straight in on a time lapse. But we've got some baling to do. I'm trying to decide, guys, if we keep it as grass or hay. I don't know. Like I say, we need a lot more. We need a lot more silage, and we need a lot more hay stock in general. Like I said, the hay bales are about 11,000, I think, a hay bale. But, you know, we do have a good 5. I reckon we got about 10 bales. I'll know exactly when I go in the bit, you know, in the shed and look. I've probably got more than 10. Who knows? But obviously, if we use them all up and then we don't have any left, we're gonna look like idiots on the farm, aren't we? That's my only thing. So let me get into that sheep pen, and what have we got? Wow, there's actually a few more than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have a 12. I know it sounds daft, guys. I have literally rolled out of bed. I'm late recording today. Like, okay, guys, we won't be cutting the sheep pen ever again. It would appear we can't get into the sheep pen anymore, so we won't be cutting the sheep pen. Right. Well, that puts that out of the question. I never even thought about that as a problem. Right. That has really that has given me a new problem. Right, that has really given me a new problem, like a massively new problem. Little bit unsure what to do with that one there now. But we do need to get some hay moved over into them. So if you just give me 2 minutes, guys, because we are gonna have to start trying to yeah. I'm a little bit gutted now. We don't have another mower for the sheep field. I am really gutted about that. Why didn't I think of that? I can soon put in another gate into the sheep area. I just don't really want to. Right, there we go. Let's try and get that there. Sorry, guys. I was trying to figure out why my front loader wasn't working, and yeah, I'm telling you now, guys. I am so sleepy. I was awake at like 4 o'clock this morning. My wife last night. Oh my god, her snoring at the moment is getting worse, and every night her snoring's getting worse. It lasts for longer. I have to give her a little like knee in the ass to shut her up. I know it's horrible saying that, but it's the only way to make her stop snoring. She doesn't wake up. My wife can have a full-on conversation with you in her sleep and not have a clue about it the next day. Absolutely crazy. You have to give her like a little nudge just to try and shut her up snoring a little bit. It's crazy. Right. But yeah. There we go. Now that should do quite well for a little bit. Right, we do have some equipment we do need to try and get repaired. It's not the end of the world right now, but it will. 18,000, that's not bad. Right, I've got a problem as well, guys. I don't know if anyone's able to give any issue on this, but just as an idea, we have chickens. I have sold a few chickens, and the reason being, if you notice, the health is on 0%, and for some reason isn't going up. Again, just a little weird one. I just thought, why is that going on like that? You know what I mean? It's one more issue kind of thing. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted here, guys. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to cut them fields now. I could go in the field with just a front mower. I never once thought about having a problem getting the mower in. It never once crossed my mind thinking, oh well, that'll be a problem. I'm absolutely wounded with that one. It's proper just devastated me, like. Okay. Right, also guys, let me get this thing back, because we're not entitled to a refund in the shop either. The guys at the shop basically said, look, you know, Matt, you know, you ordered the, you know, you got the discounted skid steer, so you know we can't really do much about that. I can't get in here. Right, skid steer there. Let's just reset that there, and Are you not going to let me do this? There we go. Don't want trailers. I want that one. I'm going to just reset that for now. It was a little bit devastating, guys. Like I say, it was of absolute no use to us. No use to us whatsoever. They did state that if something else came in, they could try and help us out with something else. But yeah, like I say, it wouldn't lift anything. We're going to lose about £8,000 on this, which is, like I say, it's devastating overall. But there's no point in keeping something we can't use. There's just no point at all. But what we're going to do right now, we might as well use the Lamborghini, because it's a lot easier to use the Lamborghini than build up the hours on the New Holland. I'm trying to just keep costs down at the moment on the New Holland, on the rental, because we don't really have a lot of money in the bank again at the moment. But I'm just trying to keep the rental cost down on that. So if I can just make a few bales. Yeah, 150. We're going to make these as silage. Yeah, I'm a bit torn here, guys, on what to do over the two fields. The cow field is going to struggle to cut. A bit torn here. And I can't get in the sheep one to cut it. Yes, I can. It's all right. Ignore me. There's another way into the sheep field. There's another way into the sheep field. Right, I'm good. There's another way into the sheep field. So you have to come up to this gate up here. Yeah? So you come up to this gate here, yeah? I'm trying to show you where you go. So you go in that gate there and you follow that fence down. And just down there, halfway, about the middle of the screen now, behind that bush, I'll show you as we go down. There is another gate into the sheep field. I've just remembered there's another there's already another gate into the sheep field. I'll pass it before I go into a time lapse, because I want to try and get quite a bit of baling on. Can you just see this gate coming up here now on the right? There. Right there. There's another way into the sheep field. No, I'm good, guys. We can make some hay still. We can still make some hay. Fantastic. Right, now I've kind of explained that, and I've made myself look like a bit of an idiot because I forgot there was a gate there. I'll get this into a time lapse, guys. I want to try and get as much build in the next couple of minutes as humanly possible, just to try and get this over with a bit more. You know, not the job, but you know, just I don't want to be in May much longer, and I've just realised, guys, that I've been in May on 1 times for ages. So I'm going to increase that to 6 for the time lapse, and then we can carry on from there. But yeah, I'll get the radio turned on, guys, and we'll try and get as much done in the next couple of minutes as possible. see, guys, we've managed to get this field finished as well. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly the time flies when you're doing baling work. It's not the quickest job in the world, but just imagine how much slower it would be if you were just doing it with a separate wrapper as well. You've got to think, I'm wrapping at the same time. We've mowed and windrowed at the same time. Now we're wrapping. Now we're baling and wrapping at the same time. These used. Okay, I've just hit an invisible wall. These used to be completely separate jobs. This kind of baling job would take like 5 or 6 episodes from start to finish. You know, when we had the smaller mowers and the smaller tractors and stuff. It's crazy how far this farm has come. Right, guys, I've got a bit. Do you know something? I've got that indigestion again, and I haven't eaten again yet because I was so late getting up this morning. I say late getting up. I rolled out of bed at like 8:45 this morning. Normally by 8:45, I'm like almost finishing my video, and it's, you know, I'm getting it into editing and things like that. But yeah, just with the late night I had last night, it is not. Well, I say late night. With the lack of sleep from last night, you can probably imagine why. I am not fully with it today. Yeah, as you can see, we've done 2 fields now. We're going to get this little mini field done. I probably will put a second time lapse on once we've kind of maybe got this field done. I would like to try and get these fields built. Right, I have also made a decision on which field I am going to change to a arable field. We're gonna change field 118. Now, if anyone's wondering why 118, it's the new field we bought in the last episode or the episode before. Sometimes we're a bit of a blur episodes. when I do 5 in a row, it's kind of like, which episode was that? And I don't really remember. That's just my bad memory. I've told you all before about my awfully, shockingly bad memory. Honestly, it's absolutely terrible. You would think like early on stage Alzheimer's or something like that. I ain't even joking. You know what I mean? My memory is terrible for certain things. But as you can see, we are flying through this baling work. Just want to get over in this corner if I can. I really made a meal out of that one. I wanted to try and get as much of this as I could. We can't get right into that corner for the mowing, but I don't want to leave loads and loads of grass there every time either. Otherwise, it's just going to pile up and pile up and pile up, and we're never going to get anything from that corner. But if we can get as much in that corner as possible, then yeah, you know, we're gonna get some extra grass out of it. As you can see, this field's not far off being done. My problem is with these round balers is I forget to stop. You'll see it a few times where I just completely forget to stop over and over again, and yeah, it's just bad habit. But if I can get this baling done today in this episode, it would be nice. I do believe we're going to be in May for one more episode, just because at the end of the day, it's I want to try and get as much done May wise, because harvest season is coming, and I would like to try and get my hands on a mechanical weeder. Now, not for any reason other than like, oh well, you haven't got any weeds. Apparently, if you use precision farming and you go over a grass field with a weeder, apparently it will help boost your environmental score. Now, I don't know how true that is, and I wouldn't buy a very big, although I could buy a big weeder. If I rent a big weeder, the job would be done quicker. If it works, it would be worth it. If it doesn't, it would be a waste of money. We could maybe rent that blue weeder. You know, I can't think of the brand name. I just know it's blue off the top of my head. I think it's like £45,000 to buy. So that would be what, a couple of £1,000 to lease. If we lease that weeder and then we go over all the fields quickly, apparently rolling as well is also a lot better for growth stage as well. So we do need to start looking at getting like grass rollers and bits and bats like that, because at the end of the day, I'm saying that if it grows a day earlier, I don't think that's the end of the world. If we leave it to, if we don't, yeah, I don't know. It's like a catch-22 really. It won't give us any extra grass. It just means it's worth more if we sell it. But 99% of the time, we're not selling grass or silage. We only sold the silage last year because we had a second lot ready. That was the only reason we did that. Yeah, I'm a little torn actually. I might do it. I might rent a small weeder and I might go over, I don't know, like this field for example, to test it. Let's see if we can test. If it works, then maybe, yeah, it's something we'll do. But I need to speak to the garage as well. We have our tractor, we have our New Holland on lease to buy at the moment, and I'm trying to see if there's a way we can get a second lease to buy option. Not for a tractor, guys. I'd like to lease to buy a slurry tanker with a sensor on it so that we can maybe use the slurry on the fields. Now if you use manure on the fields or slurry without a sensor, it only uses a tiny little bit. If you use a slurry tanker with a sensor, you can get a lot more accuracy with the fertilizing. Now my plan originally was to use the slurry and manure, for example, on the farm, and we haven't been doing that because we were having problems getting the amount of nitrogen we needed up. Well, if this works and gives us the option then to use the slurry, we get a lot of slurry every month. So I kind of want to use it if we can. We can get rid of the manure into the biogas. We can then get digested. So again, we can get more liquid fertilizer basically. We can use more poop. So there are ways around that. It does just mean driving to the biogas with trailer loads of manure, or we can put manure on the field so we don't need as much slurry. I do want to try and get back to using the more organic version of farming if I can. Right, I have missed that corner completely. I reversed onto it and I still managed to miss that corner. But yeah guys, I'm going to get the radio turned back on because I'd like to try and get this baling finished today in this episode. I might cut the sheep off recording and I might cut the cow field off recording. I need to bale it, you see. But I know the mowing on the cow field is going to be really slow, and I feel like that would just be too slow for an episode. We'd spend all episode just cutting one field. So I might do that off recording. I might do a little bit of work just so we're not doing any more baling in the next episode. Because like I said, I want to get this field ploughed out next to me. 118, this one just here. I want to get that ploughed out. I want to get it ready for putting in a crop. I don't think, just before if I'm in May, I could plant soybean in that field and make some quick money. I could make some quick money. Little like cash injection. Soybean doesn't need any nitrogen as well, so we can save on fertilizer on that as well. Yeah, it would be nice to try and get that done. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the radio turned back on, guys, and back on with a little bit more baling. there we go, guys. That is all done and dusted. Yeah, hopefully if I get them bales moved out of there, we can get that field ploughed up in May. If I don't get anything planted in May in that field, it's not the end of the world. Like I say, I'd like to try and get the rest of the fields cut first, because I need to go around and fertilise them all first. And yeah, there's loads of little bits and bats we need to get done on the farm overall. But yeah, I can't believe I forgot about that gate for them mowers. Otherwise I'd have mowed the grass first. Just really stupid that was something that I forgot to do. But yeah, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. I know it's a mass baling episode, but it's one of them things that needs to be done. You know, I say that a lot on the on all my series, you know, because if we originally started as a dairy, as a cattle farmer, you know, cow farmer. I nearly said, well, we were originally going to do dairy, but it did take us a little while to afford our dairy cows in general. But yeah, if I just drive up this field, I go through them 2 gates, that should put me in the field I want to be in. Yeah, we don't need swath. Oh, I can't turn swathing mode off until we're done. There's no point swathing them 2 fields, because in order to swath them fields, I've then got to de-swath it. Oh, I weren't sure which way that gate opened. It's a long time since I've been through this gate. I think the very first couple of episodes we had a contract around here or something. You know, we were doing that field over there. This is why I want to buy these 2 fields. No. Brakes. But yeah, guys, as I was saying, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Like I said, you know, we will hopefully be bringing the Attingham series very soon. Like I say, I do a little bit to the map every day that I like to adjust and tweak and things like that. And I will bring it just as soon as I'm happy with where we're going to be. Like I say, I've got most of the equipment on the farm. We've changed the layout of one of the farms to how I'm going to enjoy it, basically. So yeah, it's getting there. That's the main thing for me. Left swap, wide spreading. So yeah, as I was saying, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Like I said, I'm going to just quickly go and mow this off recording. I have like 10 minutes to kill. And until the next episode, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.